Hello everyone and welcome to Apex Racing TV. My name is Ryan Walker and alongside me on the cameras is Marco Babanera, and also tonight we have a new member joining us in the shape of Tyler Vickery. Tyler, good to have you.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely great to be a part of this team. I'm actually kind of excited to see how this race weekend's going to be going with the MX5s. Ran really well with some of these guys, even though my luck's not the same. But really excited to watch some great racing.
Absolutely, it's good to have you on the team. As we're just in the middle of qualifying, and the lap times are looking reasonably close at the moment. Currently on pole position at the moment is John Roberts. Second place is Benjamin Mias. Third place is Joe McDonald. Fourth place is Scott Malcolm. Fifth place is Greg Jones. Seventh place is Jordan McGlone. Eighth place is Robert Lundgren, and ninth place is Cesare Rizzo, and rounding out the top 10 is Cal Jacqueline. So Tyler, I believe you've raced in the MX5s before on the Tuesday League.
Yes. Earlier on too, when they were planning on running the Mondays to help out with the AMs, as myself being an AM, I've had an opportunity to run with these guys, and there's a few recognizable names. I'm really not surprised seeing them up there, especially John Roberts, which, recalling back to one of the earlier Monday races earlier in a few weeks ago, I had a great battle with him. There's a few guys, I think Mikey Keys up there in the 140s. So far, looking at the times, they're very close. There's going to be some great racing, especially here at Brands Hatch, as we're running the Grand Prix circuit.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got some experience of racing in the MX5 myself on BSR, and the racing's always close, and there's always guaranteed to be close battles throughout the field. As I'm just looking at the lap times at the moment, and the lap times from about first place down to round about ninth place is really close. So I think this evening we could be in for some close racing around this version of, or layout, I should say, of Brands Hatch. And yeah, I absolutely love this track. It just produces great racing, and I think for me it's one of my favourites for the MX5. How about you, Tyler?
Oh, I love it. It's especially the back half of the circuit, the newly renovated one back from when they added onto this section for the Grand Prix back in the 1970s. That's one of my favorite portions of the track. You get some very fast right-hander turns where you can't make too many mistakes, otherwise you're going to go off. That's where you're going to get some of the greatest battles and some great passing. So there's been a few times I've seen in a previous races that you've had three wides a little close, but there's still been some great two wide action going through that section alone, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see that.
Yeah, absolutely. As I'm just looking at the times as well, and I think a couple of people have improved their times and moved up a few positions I should say in the live times. I'll get my words out. As Robert Lundgren and Mick Barry have moved up to third and fourth place, and it's good to see people like Robert and Mick doing well at the moment in qualifying. Maybe sometimes they don't always have the luck, but I think with this championship for the ARM drivers, I think it'll be good to see some people getting some good results. And I think this championship, this ARM championship, it'll give people that you don't really see at the front a chance to get some TV time. And I'm not sure what you think, Tyler.
Yeah, most definitely. I think this is kind of good too, especially when they have their own series as well that they can run where it's all mainly focused on the AMs. Gives them a little extra practice as well going into Tuesday, as the winter series should be kicking off next week. I believe I will have to double check on that to make sure my facts are correct. But it's really good for the AMs, as it definitely helped me out at Monza on Tuesday nights, even though my results were different. But this is a great racing series for the AMs to be able to get used to running up front, getting up in a close pack, and just improving on their racecraft as well as their race pace as well throughout the entire series.
Absolutely. As John Robert, current pole position sitter, John Roberts has just improved his lap time to 1:38.8. John's doing well at the moment, and it's good to see him doing well. As we're currently looking at Emilio Largo, who's just moved up into 20th position, I believe. So good the lap times are still close at the moment, and I think we should be in for some good racing in all three races. As who's your predictions to do well this season, Tyler?
Right now, I want to see, especially with how I was running, especially running around Scott Malcolm and John Roberts. As I just saw Dan Blake jumped up to fourth, with a 39.4. Honestly, John Roberts, I think he's going to be John Roberts is going to be the high man up top. I think and Scott Malcolm also have an opportunity as well. There's a few other dark horses, in my opinion. Mikey Key, he's got an opportunity as long as he can keep the car clean. He'll have an opportunity, as well as Carl Jacquelet.
Yeah, absolutely. As currently look at Michael Blake, who is currently sitting in fifth position at the moment in qualifying. I think we've got about probably about 30 seconds left of qualifying, I believe. So once qualifying gets it, I'll say it again. Once qualifying finishes, I'll take you through the grid and take you through the top 10 results. I think just looking throughout the field at the moment, I think it's still reasonably close at the moment. As Benjamin Mears, I think, just gets on the grass and hits the wall. So yeah, so are you planning to do the Tuesday league, Tyler, or are you doing the Monday league?
I'm definitely going to be still doing the Tuesday league. As with right now, I'm waiting to find out with my commitments with Full Sail University. I gotta find. I'm still waiting on my schedule to find out what I'm going to be doing classes wise and what my times are. But I'm really trying my best to keep a full time commitment for Tuesday's MX5 series.
Good stuff. I think qualifying is just qualifying's finished, I believe, or just coming to an end. So I'll take everyone through the grid in a few moments' time. As I think there's still some people finishing their qualifying laps. As I believe there's several people still out on track finishing their laps. As see a couple of the result clothing guys out on track.
And I'm currently watching Joe McDonald. He's one of the last cars right now putting in the time as the qualifying is ending. He's currently finishing up his lap. Currently in eighth with a 139.7. Don't know if he's improved on his time at all. It looks like he might have an opportunity though.
Yeah, just on board with Joe McDonald right now, and I think it looks like a decent lap he's on at the moment. I think if he keeps it together for the rest of the lap coming up to the final corner, I think he could possibly be on for an improvement. As just comes around the final corner and pulls in, aborts the lap and pulls into the pits. So it looks like everyone's done the qualifying, and qualifying is in the books.
Absolutely. As John Roberts secures the pole with that 138.8. Very quick lap time compared to some of the others, but still with Brands Hatch, it's still anyone's race, especially compared to the times from first all the way down, even down to 20th or so. It's still within a 4-second gap, but even the closer gaps between third and 11th, I mean, within less than a second. So there's still going to be some very close pack racing throughout this race.
Yeah, absolutely. Qualifying is finished, and I think we'll bring the grid up in a few moments' time, and we'll take you through the starting order. So, what's your predictions for race one, Tyler? Anyone that you think that'll keep an eye on?
I want to say Benjamin Meese and John Roberts, especially with how their lap times are, but I mean, especially with how consistent John can be, I could definitely keep an eye on the front row. Maybe even a few more rows back of Emilio Largo and Carl Hardy. They look like they're going to be having some decent runs as
well. Absolutely. As I'll quickly go through the grid with you. Starting in pole position is John Roberts. Second place is Benjamin Mears, closely followed by Dan Blake in third. Starting in fourth is Robert Lundgren, and starting alongside him is Carl Hardy. Alongside Carl is Emilio Largo. Seventh place is Mick Barry. Good result for Mick. Joe McDonald in 8th. Good result for Joe as well. Scott Malcolm starts in 9th, and rounding out the top 10 is Craig Jones.
And starting in 11th will be Jordan McLone. 12th place will be Robert Inch. Cesar Rizzo in 13th. David Ayers in 14th. Mikey Key in 15th. Carl Jarcolette 16th. Peter Wallace 17th. Eddie Burnett 18th. I'm going to be butchering this, and I do apologize. The 83 of Graupla. I hope I'm saying that right. Sorry again if I butcher it. And then the number of 55 and 20th, Till Norwick. And that is the last driver on the AM, as I believe the rest of the field is all going to be all pro drivers.
Absolutely. I believe that's most of the arms in the top 20. I think we're just about to get underway with correct me if I'm wrong, Tyler. I believe it's instead of a standing start, it's a safety car or a pace lap.
Yeah, it's going to be a rolling start. From the previous weeks when I've run with them, the AM drivers are going to be rolling off as soon as the pace car rolls off, and then the pro drivers will be waiting for, I believe it's about 30-second gap that they'll be waiting, just so that because of the pro drivers being a lot quicker than the AMs, they probably will have their own fight, but they might have a chance to catch up to the AMs depending on how the AMs run.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what I like about the SAM Championship from the last couple of broadcasts that I watched from the non-scoring rounds. I believe that they had. It basically means that it stops the pro drivers qualifying amongst the arm drivers or getting amongst the arm drivers at the start. So it gives a chance to the arm drivers to get away and just kind of settle down and not get that nervous feeling if a pro driver's behind them. They don't start stressing out or anything like that. It just gives them a chance to settle down into a rhythm and just do their thing. And I think that's a very good way to start these races.
Yeah, most definitely. At least it won't be too much of a chaotic start. They don't have to worry about the standing starts where everyone's all bunched together and having to slam on the throttle at the same time and going can always be a scary thought. But getting that rolling start, they can be able to give themselves a little bit of breathing to where it's not too chaotic at the start.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're just coming down this hill towards the fast right-hander, and yeah, I think what spots do you think could be good overtake? I'll say it again. Good overtaking opportunities or good spots to overtake. Do you think for you, Tyler? Anywhere in particular?
For my general preference for me is the hairpin turn coming out of going into turn 2. I gotta look back to see what exactly how you call the turns because I gotta look back at them. But turn 2, the hairpin turn is my opinion. That's going to be where a good overtaking spot. If you can get a good late braking and not lock up the tires or slide into the gravel trap, you should have a good opportunity to keep some momentum and be able to make a clean, decent pass. And that's where my opportunity would be in taking advantage of the overtakes.
Absolutely. We're just coming up to the final corner, and I think the pace car is just about to pull off as well, and I think this means that John Roberts dictates the pace. So yeah, as John Roberts puts his foot down and. Oh, I thought he was about to go there, but my bad. But yeah, they all get going, and let's see how they head into turn 1. Will everyone get through cleanly? As some cars are going 3 wide. Jesus, as
Wow.
John Roberts survives turn 1 and is currently leads into turn 2.
Yep. As John Roberts, we got some early contact further back. So far, everyone's clean though. John Roberts is already pulling out a nice, decent lead right now. He's got about a 2-car length gap over Robert Lundgren in the.
Yep, currently sitting in second place is John Roberts' teammate from Boosted Motorsport, Robert Lundgren. So I wonder if Robert will maybe hang back and just try and hold them up a little bit. I think one of the Result Clothing guys is in trouble. I believe that's either David Ayers or Craig Jones.
I believe it was Craig Jones. Looked like they were going 3 wide going into turn 4 and a little bit of contact. He still caught it, but everyone's still running nice.
Oh, there's a car off in the background.
That would
Who's
be
that?
Robert Inch.
Robert Ince is off in the gravel. So yeah, issues in the early stages for Robert. I wonder if you could maybe get a replay to see what happened when we possibly can.
Yeah, looking back at the replay right now, watching to see what happened.
Yeah, it looks like he might have maybe just got just got sideways and ended up. He just got sideways and hit the wall.
Yeah, it looked like the car unsettled on the back end as he goes into the turn. Went to try to correct it, saved it. Grip came back into the front tires and just snapped on him and went head on into.
Absolutely. We're currently looking at the battle for third place as Dan Blake makes a move on Benjamin Mears.
Oh, look out, Robert!
Oh
he's
dear.
got a few other cars going way off in the gravel trap.
Well, that's maybe woke John up and maybe made John wake up. Oh, there's more contact.
My, we got more contact. That was the 9 of Robert Lundgren now.
Yeah, Robert. When will Robert ever get luck?
Also the 37 Benjamin Meese. Something happened up in the front pack.
Yeah, I wonder if we can get a replay of that way when we get a chance. What that means is Dan Blake moves up into the lead. Mick Barry moves up into second place.
Yes.
Benjamin Mears tried to make a move up the inside of Robert Lundgren and just ended up tapping Lundgren around into a spin. And I think it was just one of those. It was just a racing incident, and something was going to give, and something had to give, and unfortunately it did give.
Yeah, and then after that, with the incident with John Roberts, they were actually fighting 3 wide. Benjamin Meese and then the 9 as well of Robert Lundgren was fighting for 3 wide going into turn 2 and just made contact, and both of them lost it and ended up being the 30. I want to see the Dan Blake actually taking advantage of that too.
Yeah, absolutely. That was it was a good opportunity. I'll say it again. Yeah, Michael Blake or Dan Blake, I should say. Yeah, I'll get apologies. Dan Blake managed to pounce and make a move and take the lead, and Mick Barry managed to move up into second place, and closely behind Mick Barry is Emilio Largo in third place. So it's a good battle for second place going on at the moment. I think apart from that, the field has settled down a little bit.
Yeah, and especially after those multiple instances that happened, it's definitely spread out the field a little bit. Blake's right now got almost a full second gap over Michael Berry and Emilio Lago, but Emilio Lago's still hanging in there and keeping in the draft, so he still has an opportunity of making a decent pass here coming down the long straightaway.
Yeah, I mean, with Brandon's hats, I mean, on one hand, you might not be on the pace like you would hope to be, but on the other hand, if you stick in the draft with someone, you can use a draft to try and catch up to a car or catch up to some cars in front of you. So it doesn't. From my experience, it doesn't matter if you're not on the pace or you're slow. Just as long as you stick behind the draft of someone, you can use the draft to your advantage.
Absolutely, as Emilio's just giving himself some room now where he doesn't make too many mistakes, and hopefully going to put some more pressure on Michael Berry and try to take advantage of making that second place. But it looks like Michael Berry's running a little bit quicker pace right now after that third going into that third section. Yeah,
I'm just watching back through the field, and John Roberts is on a charge, and he's just passed one of the result clothing cars. That was Craig Jones. He's just made a move on the he made on around the outside, and it was a good move by John. He managed to get by on the outside as one of the result clothing cars just about touches the grass and gets a bad run in the exit of the final corner. As we look back up to the battle for second place between Mick Barry and Emilio Largo, and as Barry runs wide a little bit and Largo is up the inside and is ahead up to the hairpin and can. I thought there was going to be contact.
That was close. That was a good opportunity That was a good opportunity for Emilio to take that opportunity. I thought he was going to be able to make it stick, but it looked like he locked up his front right tire at the same time when he tried to make the overtake.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be contact between the both of them. It might have been a bit of bumping and rubbing, but Mick left just enough room to make sure they both got through the corner. As Largo's got a run in Barry and is the head down the hill. Can Largo try and make a move around the outside, and can he try and hold it if he tries on the outside? As both of them go side by side as Largo's on the outside and he goes in the grass.
Wide. Still has control of the car though.
Yeah, that's I have to say though, it's good defensive driving by Barry. He's leaving just enough room, and yeah, it's good to see. It's good. To
Oh,
see.
as
Oh,
John Roberts is in the wall.
oh, this is for John Robert. John Roberts, sorry, is what happened to Roberts? Did they get in the grass and spin?
Uh-oh. I think there's. Oh no, Mikey Keem was going wide. John Roberts went wide, and unfortunately for Craig Jones was already there, and
Oh,
Roberts came down on him.
oh, it's contact between one of the result clothing cars, and one of the result clothing cars ran wide in front of Roberts, and I think yeah, it just kind of put Roberts off a little bit as Largo is going. Oh, Benjamin Mears is in the pits.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Is it? Oh, this is for Barry. Oh, Barry just got sideways on the exit of the turn one, as that allows Largo to go through into second place.
Wow, that was good save there by Barry not to make any more mistakes, but he's got an opportunity now to take a breather.
Oh, look. Oh, Robert Lundgren spun, or got sideways on the hairpin.
Oh, and he's off track, so he's just got a clean lookout. Eddie Burnett had to slam on the brakes not to hit Robert Lundgren there for a second.
Yeah, as we're currently looking at the battle for sixth position between Jordan McGlowan and Carl Hardy, and yeah, it's good. This is why I like the Sam Championship. I mean, there's always a battle going on throughout the race, and no matter where you look, there's always a battle. And I think it's just a taster of what. Oh, that was what. Oh, McBarry's off.
What happened there? Yeah, what happened there?
Oh, Mick, don't rejoin. Oh, yeah, I'm just looking at the replay now to see what happened to Mick Barry. It looks like he might have just got a little sideways, possibly. Yeah, he got sideways in the middle of the.
Yeah, it looks like car just, as he got back on the gas, it looked like the tires didn't want to give him any kind of grip. Just lost it, slid back. Lucky not to hit anyone as he came flying back across the track. That was amazing right there.
Yeah, that was unlucky for Mick Barry. He was having a good run sitting in the top three, and yeah, unfortunately, he just got sideways and ended up spinning and nods in the wall. As we look back up at the front of our leaders, Dan Blake and Emilio Largo, and yeah, it's a good battle for the lead between these two guys, and just looking throughout the field as well, just to see what the positions are. Third place is Scott Malcolm. It's good to see Scott having a good run as well, and I believe Scott's recently joined Team Mad, or has been with Team Mad, but I think he's recently joined Team Mad for this series, I believe. I think maybe Diego Melro could be able to correct us.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm gonna look back at the leaders. Emilio's still hanging with them. I have a feeling Emilio's only looking at trying to make that opportunity in turn two, as he really hasn't been able to close in on Dan Blake throughout the rest of the track, but it seems like he's been a lot better at getting a much better run coming out of one and heading into two. So I wouldn't be surprised if Emilio tries to make another overtake move going in the next lap at turn two.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Dan Blake's putting on a good drive as well. He's managing to hold Emilio off at the moment, and I think I'm just looking throughout the field as well for the other positions. Joe McDonald's currently sitting in fourth, Carl Hardy's in fifth, Jordan McGlowan in sixth, seventh position David Ayres. Good to see David having a good race so far. Peter Van Gogh, he's a pro driver, so I'll miss him out. Ninth place Craig Jones, and rounding out the top 10 is Robert Lundgren.
Yes, Peter Van Gogh just makes a very decent pass on Craig Jones. Being the quickest pro driver right now out of the pro drivers that are in it. He's making his moves right now as he's going to make a great pass going into turn one. Woo, look out.
Oh. What was that?
Saved it though.
Yeah, Van Gogh on the grass. I thought he was trying a bit of rallycross practice for the rally cars. Someone spun. I seen smoke there.
That would be Carl Jacquelet. Looks like he's gonna call it as well, as he's not still sitting on track.
Yeah, as we look back up at the front between our battle for the lead between Dan Blake and Emilio Largo, and yeah, these guys are putting on a good show with a battle for the win, and then it's it's good to see people like Dan Blake and also Emilio Largo as well up at the front. And yeah, as I said before, it's good to see that good to see arm drivers that you don't normally see up at the front being rewarded for their efforts. And I think that's why I'm glad to see a championship like this around for the arm drivers that you don't normally see up at the front. And it's good to see people in the top 10 as well that you wouldn't see normally there. So
Most definitely.
I think I'm looking forward to commentating on this series as yeah, I thought
Ooh.
Dan Blake was going to run wide in the grass there as Largo gets a good run in the exit of the final corner, but Blake is just managing to hold on.
Yeah, they're both running very consistent lap times right now. Mid 30, actually low 139s that last time by. As Emilia's going to look on the outside again if he's going to take an opportunity. Looks like he's holding a little bit back, trying to find that right opportunity. It almost seems as if he's just going to be waiting for Dan to make a mistake. Which the way Dan's driving right now, it's very rarely to see him make a mistake unless if he makes a mistake now, it's going to be big.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've watched Dan Blake a few times in the past. I can't remember what series it was I watched him in before, but he's a he's a decent driver. He's a very consistent driver as well, and yeah, he's putting up a good fight for this win, and he's not letting Emilio by that easy. I think we've got about 3 or 4 minutes left of this race, so I think we've got about another two laps to go. I think.
I believe so. Should be either 2 to go this time, or might even get white flag this time. It just depends. Wow, look at him. Amelia taking an aggressive line now. It's definitely go time for Amelia if he wants to try to make this opportunity. As we got a slow car further up ahead.
Straight. Is it?
That's Leandro Coelho. Oh boy,
that was a bit tight.
Yeah.
Emilio gets a cut back on the exit of the corner and gets a beautiful run on Blake as Blake holds the inside line, heads the head down to turn 1. Is Emilio going to try and go around the outside, or will he try and do a cutback?
He's gonna try to do a cutback as he got on the brakes a little early. Here goes the cutback now.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's gonna be beautiful. He'll have the inside line coming into turn 2 now.
Blake is just leaving enough room. Blake is going to hold it.
Blake just had a much more momentum going in turn 2. That was great drive by Dan Blake to hold off Amelia there.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a beautiful run on the outside. He managed to get a great run in the exit. And yeah, I think you could be right, Tyler. This could even be the last lap, I believe. Yep. As cameraman Marco Babanero whispers in my ear that is indeed the last lap.
Yep. As Emilia's going to try to do everything he can now. He's got to make an opportunity. Can he hold that outside?
Oh, can he do it? Oh, he's trying to get the cut back.
He's going to have to wait until the second to last corner will probably be his next opportunity. He's got the gap, but he doesn't have enough draft where he can be able to close in quickly and make that overtake move.
Oh, he takes a lot of curb on the inside there, and yeah, I think Dan Blake holds the inside line, and great defensive driving by Dan Blake as they're heading down to the final corner.
Emilia's going to look for the cutback.
I think if Dan can get the run in the exit of the final corner, he'll hold on for the win. But Emilio's got the run. It's going to be close. As both of them are running up to the line, it's going to be Dan Blake that holds on for the win. Fantastic one for Dan Blake. As Largo finishes second, McDonald is coming up to cross the line to finish in third. Hardy finishes fourth. Malcolm fifth. Jordan McGlowan, we're waiting for him to cross the line. McGlowan finishes sixth.
And we got big group of cars here. Wow, David Ayers barely beats Nick McCarron to the line. Oh boy.
Oh.
Little extra contact there.
As we just watched a replay of between Scott McDonald and one of the Result Clothing guys. For some reason on my screen it says that Scott Malcolm's racing for Automake, but he's showing a Team Mad livery. But anyway, Dan Blake holds on for the win. Emilio Largo takes second. Joe McDonald takes third place. Cal Hardy finishes in fourth. Scott Malcolm finishes in fifth. Jordan McGlone finishes in sixth. David Ayres finishes seventh. Craig Jones finishes in eighth. Robert Lundgren recovers to take a decent result in ninth place, and rounding at the top 10. Rounded at the top 10 was Pete Newman. So the results should be up on your screen now. And yeah, Jordan, what did you think of race one?
Well, it's not doing. I loved it. It was Dan Blake just put on a great show. I was impressed with it. I mean, controlled the car everything as possible. I mean, had a lot of scary incidents there where could have gone every which way. Results were definitely different than what I was expecting, but it was still great racing overall, especially between Dan Blake and Emilio Lago.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for a first race to kick off the new season for the MX5, the BSR MX5 Monday Cup, I think that was a great race, and I think race the rest of this evening we should be in for a cracker.
Absolutely, as I believe we should have the reverse grid wheel, correct, Marco? Or are we doing? Or is it still doing the? Or are they still doing the qualifying?
Qualifying.
Still on. So, but I was definitely impressed with this race. I can't wait to see what happens with the next two.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the next race 2 should be coming up, or qualifying for race 2 should be coming up. And when should it be starting, Marco? Just 10 minutes time. So join us again in 10 minutes time for a qualifying and race qualifying for race 2 and race 2 in general. Join us in 10 minutes. We'll look back to hearing. I'll say it again. Look forward to watching you two then.
My name is Stephen Corpenos. I'm a senior web developer here at iRacing, and I work on the beta UI. It's funny because iRacing has been around for 10 years, but we want to keep delivering the best possible user experience to our customers, and we've found that the old UI isn't exactly what we're trying to deliver in 2018. We want to use new features and provide the best possible experience when using the sim. One of the projects that I've been working on is some custom heat racing configuration for hosted races. We've been listening to our customers. Everyone's been asking for custom heat races. Maybe you want to tweak a few things with the preset iRacing configurations. Well, now you can using the beta UI. So once you're at the home page of the beta UI, you just go to create a race. Then from there you go to your set race options. And you'll notice here under event types, you can actually choose heat racing. First, I'm going to show you how to create a new format from scratch. You can choose the number of entrants And as you can see, when I made that change, the change was actually reflected on the right side in the graph. Also, you can use the estimated duration at the bottom of the graph when you're changing the length to see what the total duration of your event will be. In addition, you can customize every aspect of the session information, practice, qualifying, heat races, consolations, and of course, the final feature race. Because the beta UI allows us to develop features that are robust and complex, this feature will be exclusively available on the beta UI. Once you've made all of the changes, you can hit save. Say you forgot what you selected. You can always preview it using the preview format button. We are very excited to release the brand new heat racing configuration feature that will be available in Season 3 of iRacing.
Team racing allows multiple iRacing members to team up and race together, just like in real-world endurance series. Teammates can share driving duties, spot for one another, or be a crew chief. Team racing is free both to join a team and to create one. Each teammate races on his or her own computer from wherever they want to. Your teammates can be anywhere in the world, and changing drivers mid-race is as easy as a click of a button. iRacing features team endurance events ranging from just a couple of hours to 24 hours in length. So, if you fancy taking part in an iRacing endurance race in the future, you can learn more about team racing on the teams page on the member website. The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing. Before you can get on track, you'll need to calibrate your wheel and pedal set. You'll need to do this in iRacing even if you have already done this using your own controller software. Prior to entering the sim, make sure you've downloaded and installed the latest drivers from the manufacturer's website. Once that's done, follow these easy steps to calibrate your controller. We recommend calibrating in a test session, so pick a car and then click test. Don't go into a practice or official session. The last thing you want to do is have you go on track and crash into another car. Once you're in your test session, click on the options button. You will then see input calibration. This is where your calibration takes place. Start by clicking on the steering button. You will then be prompted to turn your wheel fully one direction and then another. Make sure you place your wheel back into its centering position before hitting done. Now, you'll be asked to turn your wheel 90 degrees to the left. Make sure it's at 90 and hold it there while hitting done. For pedals, click on the pedals button. Here you'll be asked to press the throttle all the way down and then release it. You'll do the same for the brake and clutch pedal if you have one. For the gearbox, you'll first be asked to...
Hello everyone and welcome back to Apex Racing TV. They're currently just running at Brands Hats. My name is Ryan Walker. Alongside me is Tyler Vickery, and on the cameras is Marco Barbanera. And Tyler, race 1 was good. It was absolutely awesome to watch. And what was your take on race 1?
It was definitely it was a great start. Then all the chaoticness happened after, but it was still some great battling, especially between Dan Blake winning the race number 1 and some great fashion fighting with Emilio Larga. That was, I mean, the last 3 or 4 laps was just unbelievable. Especially when a few other drivers were able to make it their way back up after earlier incidents. It was a great race overall for all the drivers.
Yeah, absolutely. We're currently just coming to the end of qualifying for race 2. So yeah, at the moment, currently on pole position is Dan Blake. Second place is Carl Hardy. Third place is Craig Jones. Fourth place is John Roberts. Benjamin Mearson fifth. Sixth place is Robert Inns. Seventh place is Robert Lundgren. Eighth place is Mick Barry. Ninth place is Carl Jackley, and rounding out the top 10 is David Ayers. And it was good. It was a good battle for the win in race 1 between Dan Blake and Largo, and I think we could be in for more of the same in race 2. And it was unfortunate to see people like Mick Barry and John Roberts and Robert Lundgren having their issues, because they were having a good run in the early stages of the race, and unfortunately, it just all three of them ended up having their issues.
Yeah, it was just more like, especially for Scott Malcolm, it was just he had a good run, he was a good fight. It was just he got caught up in the wrong incident where he was fighting 3 wide going into a hairpin turn at turn 2. There was a few other instances, like I know Mikey Key had an issue where he lost control of his car. There was just a few of those incidents where it was just drivers are trying to get to grips with the car, as well as too, if a lot of you guys have not noticed either, with week 13 getting ready to come to an end and all the recent updates, that with these car setups now, that the camber, like the angle that you could have the tires at, has actually been reduced by almost a full degree now. So it almost by a full rotation, as they have it. So instead of it where you could have the camber at like -5 to try to get the most cornering force out of the car, they've actually took it down from -5 down to -4, which with these cars it does make a difference, but it's definitely has changed the aspect of the cars. But I think with a lot of these drivers, they can adjust the setups a little bit to try to compensate for that. But it's definitely, that's been the one main key, is a lot of drivers are trying to get used to this new setup.
Yeah, I mean, I'll come back to that topic in a minute. As a qualifying is in the books, and yeah, I think we'll just show you the grid in a few moments time. I think as it stands at the moment, Dan Blake is your pole position, current pole position sitter for race 2. Second place is Benjamin Mears. Third place is Carl Hardy, and fourth place is Craig Jones. Fifth place is John Roberts. Alongside him is Robert Ince in sixth position. Seventh place is Robert Lundgren. Alongside him is Mick Barry. Ninth position is Carl Jackley, and alongside him, rounding out the top 10, is David Ayers.
Yeah, and then 11th is going to be Jordan McClone. 12th is going to be Joe McDonald, Scott Malcolm in 13th, and Amelia Larger starting in the last car of the EM class in 14th.
Nice one. I'm a bit surprised there's less cars in this race than there was in race 1. Again, we're not having a standing start. We're having a pace car start, or formation lap, as some people like to call it. I think someone's just disappeared off the grid. Is that Michael Blake? I think we're just waiting for a couple of people, and then we should be ready to get race 2 underway with the pace car lap, and then as soon as the pace car pulls off at the final corner, we will be underway. So, any predictions for race 2, Tyler, or anyone that you think we should keep a lookout for this race as well?
I think there'll be a few, especially with how Dan Blake drove that first race. He's gonna be one to definitely keep an eye on. As long as Benjamin Meese doesn't make him driver error like he did earlier in race 1, he'll be up there, as well as Carl Hardy, with both of them being part of Renault Clothing. And I believe too, Craig Jones is also part of it. Okay, yeah, Craig Jones is also part of Renault Clothing. So with 2 of the drivers being Renault Clothing all the way up to the front, it's going to be some interesting team racing with them trying to get around Dan Blake and Meese, as long as they don't make any driver errors themselves and accidentally knock them out of the race.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's some people from Result Clothing that I've watched in the past, and they've always been probably one of those teams that can always spring an upset, or spring an upset on you from time to time. And I think some of the Result Clothing guys could be worth watching out for. People like Carl Hardy and Craig Jones, and also people like Mick Barry as well. They're people that you might not always see up at the front from time, or you might not see up at the front all the time. But they can, on their day, they can certainly spring a shock.
Yeah, absolutely. As I just noticed too, John Roberts is going to be in 5th, so he's up there. He'll be up there again with a decent qualifying time. So it's top 5 are going to be definitely the drivers to watch for, and we'll definitely got to keep an eye on Amelia Largo. He was very fortunate with being able to get around all of the incidents at the start to finish in 2nd. So if the incidents start piling up again, he definitely would have to keep an eye on him, see if he makes it through again, and gives that opportunity to try to go after Dan Blake for the win in race 2.
Yeah, I mean, John Roberts is one of those people that, yeah, he might be an arm driver, but yeah, he's certainly got the pace, and I think, yeah, it might be worth watching in this race and see how he gets on. As yeah, we're just coming up to the final corner, as the pace car is just about to pull off, and yeah, I think as soon as the pace car pulls off, we will be underway. As yeah, Dan Blake is a pole sitter and will be the one that dictates the pace, I think, as we head up to the line, and yeah, we're underway.
Yep. Spreading out already, going 3 wide, going into 1 further back. Everyone giving each other room, though.
Yeah, John Roberts is making moves already, and yeah, he's making a move up the inside of one of the Result Result clothing cars, I believe, or yeah, he's making a move on someone. Yeah, McBarry. No, it's not McBarry. Who's that I'm looking at? I was looking at a Emilio Largo at the back. One of the Result.
That was McBarry.
McBarry's in trouble again. Oh, Mick.
Looked like well, if looking back at the replay real quick, I want to say it looked like car just got unsteady, and around he went. No one else got involved, so car still looks pretty clean for Mick, so he's got a chance to try to make it back up again.
Yeah, I was looking to see what happened, and it looks like Mick just, yeah, as you said, Mick just lost it, and he just spun round, and but luckily he's not got any damage, and he's managed to get going again. As we look at Kyle Jackley, Kyle Jackley is just currently under attack from Robert Ince, I believe, and in front of a thought he was running wide. Oh, bit of contact.
More contact.
Yeah, a bit of contact between some cars. Is yeah, Jackley under attack from Jordan McGlone, and yeah, McGlone makes a move on. McGlone is making the move on Jackley, and
Robert Inch does the same to Scott Malcolm, and he's going to take that position away too.
Yeah, it's all kicking off in the early stages of this race, and we're only on lap 1 or lap 2. So yeah, currently at the moment, Dan Blake is the leader, Benjamin Mears is in second, Carl Hardy in third, John Roberts is up into 4th place. Good start from John. As yeah, Craig Jones in 5th, Longren in 6th, 7th place Jordan McGlone, Robert Ince in 8th. Robert Ince is down to 9th now, and round out the top 10 is Scott Malcolm.
Yeah, still some great racing. Benjamin Meese is trying to keep up with Dan Blake, as Blake's already pulled out to a 0.2 of a second gap on Meese. It's still close. Meese still's got the draft coming up the straight, but pack is starting to thin out a little bit, but there's still some good racing all throughout the field so far.
Yeah, absolutely. As we look back up at the front between
whoa, got contact with Carl Jacquelet in the 21 of Robert Inch there. Hangs on, but boy.
Yeah, Benjamin Mears Benjamin Mears, I thought was going to make a move on Dan Blake there, as yeah, currently looking at the battle for 3rd place, and John Roberts is absolutely storming through the field. He's up into 3rd place, and yeah, he's on the hunt for the 2 guys in front of him. So yeah, if John doesn't have any issues, he could catch up to these guys and possibly mount a challenge for the lead.
Yeah. We got contact. Oh, look out, the rejoin. Oh no.
Oh, Dan, what are you doing?
That was not a good rejoin there. John Roberts definitely got some damage on that on the right front.
Benjamin Mears run wide in the final corner. As John Roberts is making a move up the inside for the lead, and yeah, this is an absolutely brilliant start from John. He's managed to get up into 2nd place within 3 laps. As he makes a move up the inside of Benjamin Mears.
That car is there's definitely an issue with that car, because he went into the right hand corner and was just. He could not be able to get that car to turn at all.
Yeah, I was looking at his steering.
He's fighting with it.
I was looking at his steering angle and his steering wheel on board, and yeah, it looks like he's got a little bit of some slight steering damage.
Looking at it, looking towards the car looking off of John's car, I want to say that right front tire looks like it's a little bit towed out a bit, to where it's definitely going to have some difficulty steering now.
Yeah, I was thinking it could be steering damage or toe damage possibly. As yeah, he's still doing a good job of keeping up with Mears. So yeah, fair play to John. He's managing to keep that car going.
Yeah, definitely is. Dan Blake's up to 6th, back up to 6th after his mistake too. He's probably got a little bit of damage in the rear after making that contact with John Roberts, as Jordan McClone almost went really wide out there for a second, but he's still hanging on.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just looking back up at the front, and it looks like we've got a battle for the lead from Benjamin Mears down to possibly.
Oh, as I heard some contact further back, and it looked like that was Robert Inch.
Oh, it's Robert Inch.
That front end is very torn up. I wonder what happened to him.
Just watching the replay now, and it looks like he just ran wide and clipped the grass and got sideways and tried to hold it, and into the wall he went, and that was it. Race done by the looks of it.
Yeah, just barely touched the grass. Yeah, just wow, that was a hard hit.
As we're just looking back up at the front as well. This battle for the lead between Benjamin Mears, John Roberts, Carl Hardy, Craig Jones in 4th, Robert Lundgren in 5th, Dan Blake 6th, and Jordan McGlone in 7th, and I think down to Carl Jacqueline and David Davis, and even Scott Malcolm's in the mix. So yeah, we've got about a 9 or 10 car battle for the lead.
Yeah, especially when they're starting to split up a little bit, but it's still within a 10-second gap right now between Scott Malcolm and Benjamin East, and still anything can happen with these, especially if they start keeping them in a straight line and just acting like a train. They should have an opportunity to get some kind of speed where they can be able to catch up to the lead pack, especially with Scott Malcolm and some of the rest of the guys in the back.
I was just watching the battle up at the front between Mears and Roberts, and there was a slight bit of contact under braking from Roberts, but I think it wasn't anything intentional. It's just I think Roberts was just caught out slightly by Mears braking maybe earlier than expected. But yeah, what these two guys battling away are doing is allowing the 2 Result Clothing guys behind to keep in touch.
And at this point too, Robert Lundgren, Dan Blake, and Jordan McGlone, they're closing up on each other as well, but they're only less than a second now behind them, so they've got a good opportunity of catching up as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Robert Lundgren, I've watched him a few times in the past, and he's one of those drivers that he's always had the pace, but he seems to get caught up in incidents that are out of his control, or just basically he gets caught up in incidents that are not his fault. It's just I don't like to say.
Oh, there goes John Roberts.
Why did I have to jinx him? Oh, sorry, John. But just looking at the replay now to see what happened, and
he just took too. It looked like he took too much of the rumble strip on the inside, and car just got really unsteady from the damage already he had on that right side, and car just got around on him.
Yeah, I was just watching the replay, and it looks like he took too much inside curve, as you mentioned, and it just unsettled the car, and around she went. But it's what that has allowed Carl Hardy and Craig Jones to do is move up into the top 3 and 2nd and 3rd position, and Robert Lundgren up into the 4th position. So yeah, it's still close battling throughout the field, and this battle for the win is not over by any means.
No, absolutely not, as Dan Blake's still now back up to a top 5 position after his mistake earlier at the start of the race.
Yeah, Dan Blake he's putting on a great recovery, driving. Yeah, he's back up into 5th position, and yeah, I think if Dan can get by Robert Lundgren quickly, he could try and catch the top 3 before the end of the race, and yeah, they're not out of reach.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to try to take an opportunity now to see if he can get around Robert Lundgren on the outside. Looks like he's going to get it before he even gets into turn 1.
Oh, can Blake hold it around outside? Oh,
wow.
Beautiful.
Great overtake there. That was beautiful.
He managed to hold it on the outside, and he got a great run in the exit. And Dan Blake is up into 4th position, and he's not far behind the top 3. As the top 3 at the moment is still Benjamin Mears, Carl Hardy, and Craig Jones, and they're absolutely close together. And if these 3 guys starts battling away, it could give Blake and even Lundgren a chance to close up to them.
Yeah, as if Lundgren starts hanging back behind Dan, they might have an opportunity to just use their draft and really catch up, as I wouldn't be surprised if these guys start really fighting near the end.
Absolutely. As I think it looks like Jones is maybe trying to make a move on his teammate Hardy, but Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure would we want to try and make a move on a teammate, or I think if I was a team manager, I would be telling them right now just to work together and try and stay within reach of Benjamin Mears, as Mears runs slightly wide a little bit.
He's able to hang on to it, but he's definitely knows it's go time. Oh, as we heard, I just heard some contact further back.
I wonder who that could be. Is it? I wonder if Rizzo.
That was Steve Hefford.
Oh, Steve Hett.
Pro drivers.
Oh, one of the pro drivers.
Must have made a mistake or something, because I believe he was all by himself.
So yeah, they just watching on board with Craig Jones as well, and yeah, Craig Jones is managing to keep up with Carl Hardy and Benjamin Mears in front of him, and yeah, I think Hardy and Jones are starting to hold each other up slightly, as Benjamin Mears is managing to gallop away and build a bit of a gap.
Craig just goes up on the inside around Carl Hardy. Carl probably just did some team orders there, Craig was probably letting Carl know that he was running a little quicker than him and let him by, because he got around him very quick like.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I don't know if Jones was trying to make a move on Hardy, or Hardy was trying to let Jones through, but yeah, I think they held each other up slightly a little bit, and it's managed to give Mears a chance to just try and get away a little bit. And yeah, with just under 5 minutes to go in this race, I think Mears has got the message that he needs to try and get away a little bit and try and put his foot down. So yeah, he's responded a little bit
Carl Hardy got a little sideways, but gives Dan Blake now a little bit more draft to try to get around him now, as Dan Blake coming back in the picture.
Yeah, absolutely. Dan Blake is not, as I said before, Dan Blake's not out of reach in this race, and he's only about just looking at the gap. He's not even that far behind Benjamin Mears, come to think of it. So, yeah, if Mears, Jones or Hardy start slipping up, it's Dan Blake's going to be there to pounce and pick up the pieces.
Yeah, right now, currently looking at the lap times right now, out of the top 4, Dan Blake just ran a blistering 138.4 compared to Meese and Craig being in the 39s, and then Carl Hardy was in the 140s. So Dan's on a charge now, but I don't know if he's going to have enough time to catch up to Benjamin Meese in time to try to take the race number 2 win.
Yeah, absolutely. If I was Dan Blake, I would be trying to make a move on Carl Hardy as soon as possible, and try and not waste any time, because I think Dan. As the Blake goes up the inside and makes a move, and that was. Yeah, I can tell that Dan Blake wants to try and get by now. He's not hanging around.
Yeah, just not a lot of time left in this race, and I think Dan knows it.
As I'm just looking at Dan Blake's lap times now, and Dan Blake's last lap was Dan Blake's best lap time was a 138.4, and Benjamin Mears' best time is a 139.6. So yeah, Dan Blake is about nearly a second, or basically a second quicker. So I think Dan Blake knows he can win this race, but he needs to try and get by as soon as possible. But time's running out.
Yeah, right now they're all spaced out just enough right now, where they're getting a toe off of each other, other than Benjamin Meese. But Benjamin Meese right now, with how well he's been able to control his car, he's been running consistent lines. He's slowly pulling away from Craig Jones again, from what it's looking like. So this is now going to be Benjamin Meese's race to lose, as long as he doesn't make a mistake. This will be an interesting one, especially for the fight for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Absolutely. Is that absolutely?
It should be, I believe.
Yep, absolutely. As cameraman Marco Barbanero just tells us that this should be the last lap. So if Benjamin Mears can keep it on track and just not make any mistakes, it's his race to lose.
As Dan Blake's going to look at trying to make another opportunity on trying to get around Carl Hardy. He's getting real close now. It's like less than a tenth of a second now between Dan and Carl Hardy right now, and he should have an opportunity to try to make a pass again here going down the long straight.
Yeah, absolutely. As Dan Blake's got the Dan Blake's got the run on Carl Hardy, but Carl Hardy is he's putting up a good defensive, good good defensive drive to try and hold on to third position. And I think,
Oh boy, that was the last second.
That was a bit, I wouldn't say I was a bit naughty, but it was a bit late.
Yeah.
But, we're just coming up to the final few corners, and yeah, as Blake clips the grass,
Hardy cut the corner a little bit there.
Hardy's got a
I was
slowdown.
gonna say he had to have had a slowdown there, as there goes Dan Blake and Robert Lundgren around.
As we come up to the final few corners, and Benjamin Mears is rounding out the final corner and is going to hold on. Is going to take the win in race 2, and an absolutely fantastic drive from Benjamin Mears when other people were having their issues. And yeah, well done, Benjamin Mears. Great drive.
Absolutely. Actually, it looks like off of my session, it's saying we got a white flag now. I believe.
It's a white flag now. Oh, sorry. Oh, my bad.
Okay, so we still got a decent battle then, as Dan Blake throws it on the inside.
Dan Blake's up the inside. Apologies to anyone watching. You got the white flag. Blame Marco for that. It's Benjamin Mears has got a big gap now. He's managed to pull away.
3-second gap there, and I mean Dan, he's got to run the lap of the gods now to catch up to Benjamin Mears if Dan wants to win this race. But I think Dan will be fine with taking second, but he's going to have to really fight off Craig Jones for that second place now.
Yeah, Craig Jones has got a run on the outside, and I wonder if Craig Jones will try and take it on the outside and try and get a good run, as both of them are heading up to the long right-hander. Hardy's on the outside, both of them are sideways.
That was a good save there by
Hardy.
Craig.
Oh, sorry, that was Craig Jones, my bad. Craig Jones, absolutely beautiful move on the outside.
Here goes Lundgren. He was looking on trying to make an inside move on Dan Blake, and Dan Blake now has to be the defender now.
Absolutely, as Benjamin Mears is just heading up to the final corner, and I'll say it again. It's been a good drive by Benjamin Mears. He's kept out of trouble when everyone slipped up, or everyone else in front of him has slipped up, and he's just kept his cool, kept his head, and just kept out of trouble. He weaves across the line in delight, and it's a well-deserved victory for him.
Yep, Craig Jones coming in second, Dan Blake finishing in third for your podium, Robert Lundgren and Carl Hardy in fifth, and Jordan McClone just now crossing the line in sixth. Got a nice little battle here coming to the line for 7th, 8th, and 9th. Scott Malcolm's going to get 7th. Carl Jackalette 8th. Emilio Lago loses 9th spot to Mick McCarran, and Emilio is going to have to settle for 10th, as David Ayers is going to finish in 11th, Roberts in 12th, and Cesar Rizzo is going to be in 13th.
That was a nice one. That was another fantastic race to watch, and that was Benjamin Mears just kept out of trouble and kept his cool and managed to hold on for the win. And I think if Benjamin Mears keeps out of trouble this season and just keeps scoring points and getting consistent good results, he could be one of those people to watch out for in the BSR MX5 Monday Cup series, and could be a contender for the championship.
Absolutely, as Lundgren also in that same aspect as well, as I believe Robert Lundgren finished up in the top 5 as well, I believe, even with some of the incidents he had in race 1. So he'll be another one of those drivers that could possibly be a contender, as well as Dan Blake.
Absolutely. The results here on your screen at the moment is I'll take it from just again. Benjamin Mears taking the win in race 2. Craig Jones finishes in 2nd place. Dan Blake finishes in 3rd. Robert Lundgren finishes in 4th. Carl Hardy with a good result in 5th position. Jordan McGlowan finishes in 6th. Scott Malcolm with a good result, finishing in 7th. Carl Jackalette finishing 8th. Emilio Largo finishing in 9th, and rounding out the top 10 is David Ayers. So I think we'll be taking another 10-minute break, then we'll be back for race 3. So make sure you come back and watch race 3, and if you like what you see on our broadcast, subscribe to us on YouTube. Give the broadcast a like, and also give us a like on Facebook, and make sure you don't miss race 3.
My name is Stephen Corpenos. I'm a senior web developer here at iRacing, and I work on the beta UI. It's funny because iRacing has been around for 10 years, but we want to keep delivering the best possible user experience to our customers, and we've found that the old UI isn't exactly what we're trying to deliver in 2018. We want to use new features and provide the best possible experience when using the sim. One of the projects that I've been working on is some custom heat racing configuration for hosted races. We've been listening to our customers. Everyone's been asking for custom heat races. Maybe you want to tweak a few things with the preset iRacing configurations. Well, now you can using the beta UI. So once you're at the home page of the beta UI, you just go to create a race. Then from there you go to your set race options. And you'll notice here under event types you can actually choose heat racing. First, I'm going to show you how to create a new format from scratch. You can choose the number of entrants. And as you can see, when I made that change, the change was actually reflected on the right side in the graph. Also, you can use the estimated duration at the bottom of the graph when you're changing the length to see what the total duration of your event will be. In addition, you can customize every aspect of the session information, practice, qualifying, heat races, consolations, and of course, the final feature race. Because the beta UI allows us to develop features that are robust and complex, this feature will be exclusively available on the beta UI. Once you've made all of the changes, you can hit save. Say you forgot what you selected. You can always preview it using the preview format button. We are very excited to release the brand new heat racing configuration feature that will be available in Season 3 of iRacing.
Team racing allows multiple iRacing members to team up and race together just like in real-world endurance series. Teammates can share driving duties, spot for one another, or be a crew chief. Team racing is free both to join a team and to create one. Each teammate races on his or her own computer from wherever they want to. Your teammates can be anywhere in the world, and changing drivers mid-race is as easy as a click of a button. iRacing features team endurance events ranging from just a couple of hours to 24 hours in length. So, if you fancy taking part in an iRacing endurance race in the future, you can learn more about team racing on the teams page on the member website. the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing. Before you can get on track, you'll need to calibrate your wheel and pedal set. You'll need to do this in iRacing even if you have already done this using your own controller software. Prior to entering the sim, make sure you've downloaded and installed the latest drivers from the manufacturer's website. Once that's done, follow these easy steps to calibrate your controller. We recommend calibrating in a test session, so pick a car and then click test. Don't go into a practice or official session. The last thing you want to do is have you go on track and crash into another car. Once you're in your test session, click on the options button. You will then see input calibration. This is where your calibration takes place. Start by clicking on the steering button. You will then be prompted to turn your wheel fully one direction and then another. Make sure you place your wheel back into its centering position before hitting done. Now, you'll be asked to turn your wheel 90 degrees to the left. Make sure it's at 90 and hold it there while hitting done. For pedals, click on the pedals button. Here you'll be asked to press the throttle all the way down and then release it. You'll do the same for the brake and clutch pedal if you have one. For the gearbox, you'll first be asked to set buttons for sequential shifting. Once complete, a prompt will ask if you have a H pattern shifter. If not, hit no. If yes, click it and you...
Hello everyone and welcome back to Apex Racing TV. We are currently at Brands Hatch for race 3 of the first round of the BSR MX5 Monday Cup. I'm Ryan Walker, alongside me is Tyler Vickery, and on the cameras is Marco Babanero. As yeah, we're just coming to the closing stages of qualifying for race 3. At the moment, John Roberts is on pole, Dan Blake second, Emilio Largo third. The fourth place McBarry, Scott Malcolm fifth, the sixth Carl Hardy, seventh Carl Giacoletti, eighth Craig Jones, and ninth Jordan McGowan, and rounding out the top 10 is Joe McDonald. And it's a bit interesting, Tyler. We're in for a how can I say, a spooky night race, you could say.
Yeah, just when we're jumping into the session to see how these guys are running right now, it's gonna be tough to tell what's going on. Right now I've been watching Jordan McGowan running his laps, and I mean, even just looking at some of the lap times, you can definitely tell it's a lot slower because these guys are not used to racing in this dark of a track.
Yeah, absolutely. I was a bit surprised. I came into the session to see it was a night race, and yeah, I'll be interested to see how these guys adapt to it. I mean, I've done myself anyway. I've done some night races with doing endurance races on some racing, not just on iRacing, but other various sims. And Yeah, it's a bit difficult to adapt to, but if you've raced in the dark before, then it's not as difficult to adapt to. But yeah, it should be interesting to see what kind of battles we'll have, or see how many people will how many people will make it to the end.
Absolutely. Well, right now, from looking at the top three, it's our normal top three: Dan Blake, John Roberts, and Amelia Largo, and they're the ones that have been running a lot quicker compared to Michael Berry, Scott Malcolm. I mean, the top three separates the Michael Berry by like 0.4 of a second by just going off of Amelia's qualifying time. So there's definitely starting to see some gaps in the laps, especially as some of these drivers are pretty decent with running in the night, while others are still trying to get used to it and trying to learn the track very quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're just qualifying for race 3 is just finished. So yeah, I'll take you through the grid. Is it once it pops up on the screen on the broadcast? Sorry, it'll be. Haven't done some. I've never done any night races around here, around Brands Hatch. So it'll be interesting for tomorrow. If we do a night race tomorrow in the Tuesday League, it'll be interesting to see how other people adapt to that. And I think it could be. I don't mean to sound harsh, but I think it could be could be mayhem.
Oh, I'm already just thinking about that now. Oh boy, Marco, I think you can already hear it in my voice. Yeah, it's gonna get interesting. Because I can probably guarantee if it's gonna be like 4 races total in the Tuesday series, more than likely we're gonna have a night race.
Yeah, I think we could be in for some carnage as well in that night race. So yeah, I'm a bit. I'm let's just say I'm dreading it.
Oh, I am too. Well, who knows if these guys, depending on how these guys will race, I think we'll have to give us some high hopes for now.
Absolutely. Well, I'll just take you through the grid quickly. Dan Blake starts in pole. John Roberts is alongside him in second place. Close to Roberts is Emilio Largo in third. Fourth place for Mick Barry. A good qualifying result for Mick. Scott Malcolm in fifth position. Carl Hardy in sixth position. Carl Jackalate in seventh. Alongside him is Craig Jones in eighth. Behind him is Jordan McGlone in ninth. And rounding out the top 10 is Robert Lundgren from Boosted Motorsport.
Yep, and then further back, further back, Joe McDonald, David Ayers, Benjamin Meese, Nick McCarron, Jordan Giddings are gonna round out the top 15. Carl Jansen and Sindre. I'm gonna butcher this one again. Sindre Sithos. That last name. Butcher.
Yeah, that's normally how I pronounce it, but I apologise as well if I butcher that up sometimes. I think we're just waiting for one car to join the grid. Emilio Largo starting in third, so once he's on the grid, we should be ready to go. Again, like I mentioned in race 1 and before race 1 and race 2, it is not a standing start. It's a rolling start or a pace lap. Dan Blake Dan Blake's a bit eager to get away, I see, as he moves a little bit. But we're underway. And what do you think will happen in this race, Tyler?
Right now, with how pitch black it is, I almost want to say carnage lap 1, but but it's gonna be. I honestly think everyone's gonna probably more than likely will give each other room as just to try to get used to the track. I want to say. I would not be surprised if I see everyone going single file before they even get to turn 1. If they do go too wide, then they're definitely taking a big risk on trying to gain some positions, which, I mean, it's a good advantage, but with how pitch black this track is, and it's very hard to keep an eye on surroundings with this track and how dark it is right now, I would not be surprised if I see people go single file immediately going into turn 1.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say... I'll probably sound bad. I'll probably get shot for saying it, but I was going to say, it wouldn't be BSR without a bit of mayhem.
Well, you never know. I mean, just seeing with all of all 17 cars driving on the track right now. I mean, it's definitely just seeing how it is, how illuminated it is now. can definitely guarantee once the field starts spreading out, it's that bright light at the end is definitely going to start slowly disappearing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've done some laps on the new iRacing update, and I have to say I'm very impressed with the day to night transitions. And I have to say it's a big thumbs up from me to iRacing on a good job on the day to night transitions topic. And yeah, a few other people have been saying they like it as well, and I think it could be for the endurance races as well on iRacing for the new season. I think it could be it's a it's a it's a good addition.
Yeah, I'm in agreement as well. I know there's only one thing that they need to fix real quick, and that is like some tracks that don't have the lighting, like with Brands Hatch. There's certain points if you hit a certain time of the night that everything will go pitch black, and it'd be very difficult to see any of the track at all if you don't have any kind of lights illuminating. As pace cars get ready to peel off, and here we go.
Yeah, absolutely. Pole position man Dan Blake gets away and has a terrific start and kind of catches out John Roberts. They head into turn one, and it'll be interesting to see what happens into turn one. I'm just watching to see if there's any issues for anyone. It looks like they're all getting through turn one. Absolutely safe as they head up into turn two, and no issues so far. But I think I heard a bit of contact in the background.
Yeah, so far going too wide further back for top 10, I want to say, but they're keeping it nice and clean. They're taking it easy where they need to, and everyone's so far a very clean start.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm surprised that everyone's managed to make it through the first few corners so far. As we look back at our replay to see what happened towards the rear of the field. As who is that? It's Jordan Giddens involved and caught up in an issue at the back of the field, and I think it looks like he got caught up with one of the radical racing cars.
Oh boy, I did not even notice that. I didn't even hear the crashing. Wow, that was very unfortunate there for Jordan Giddings.
As I think this is for Mick Barry as well. Mick Barry was ran slightly wide and dropped down from third position down to fourth position, and that's Emilio Largo's up into third.
Yeah, it's already Dan Blake and John Roberts already just pulling away from the pack right now. Already 0.2 of a second gap. Actually, no, sorry, they're already 2-second gap ahead of Emilio Largo. Man, these guys they're getting really, really quick with it.
Dan Blake and John Roberts have just galloped away and just built up a bit of a gap and left the rest of the pack to scrap amongst themselves. And if John Roberts doesn't go as John Roberts collabs that curb in turn one, and if both of these guys get away and build a bit of a gap, I think the battle for the win could be between these two.
Absolutely is. Still single file. There is still further battling further back as you got good little fight here for. Oh no! Carl Jansen just turned. Looked like Robert Lundgren.
Robert Lundgren. Yeah, it looks like Carl Jansen and Robert Lundgren just got caught up with each other. And I think as you say, Tyler, it looks like I don't think it was Lundgren's fault. I think it was just maybe just Jansen just being too eager and just ended up spinning Lundgren around. And I think for me anyway, I think Lundgren was the innocent party.
Yeah, no, Lundgren was the innocent. It was just Carl Jansen went a little bit too far off the track. I think he probably didn't realize how close he was to Lundgren, and Carl probably was all accidental by Carl of accidentally getting his quarter panel and spinning him. But Lundgren is back up to speed, so see if he can try to make a charge back if possible.
Absolutely. As we look back up at our two leaders, Dan Blake and John Roberts, and these guys are still managing that gap to the rest of the pack behind them. But I'm also looking at Emilio Largo, and he's slowly but surely closing on these top two. Yeah,
as Dan Blake and Roberts are still fighting. It's still a great battle for them. Emilio's got an opportunity to get some breathing room, and he's still got someone fighting behind him and Michael Berry, but it's still really close opportunity right now.
We're on board with Largo at the moment as we head into turn two, and just looking at the darkness at the moment, the only real chance these guys of there's not really any real like floodlights or anything around here, so the only chance these guys have got of seeing each other is using other the headlights of other cars in front of them to kind of spot the corners in a way.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think that might be where Amelia is getting the advantage, is he's able to see a little further out, unlike Dan Blake and Roberts, which they're still close enough together to have a good, decent fight. But Amelia is slowly but surely closing in right now, depending on what happens further in the race.
We're looking at the battle for a 10th position at the moment. This is I'm just watching. Oh, car riding the gravel. That is Benjamin Mears off in the gravel on the exit of the fast right hander, and Benjamin Mears is down to 10th position, and just proof once again at the Sam Champ.
That's David. Oof, David Ayers just cuts off Craig Jones there. Oh, someone's going wide. Can't tell who that is.
Well, it's I think that is
looks like that was. Oh, we got more. I heard some wrecking further back.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the live time, and it looks like Robert Lundgren and Joe McDonald are in the pits. So maybe both of them have had issues.
Yeah, I'm looking back at the replay to see what happened.
I'm just watching the couple of the result clothing guys, and Mick Barry is under attack from his teammate Craig Jones. So also in front of Mick Barry is trying to think who that is Carl Janssen and Scott Malcolm and Carl Hardy. So it's still close in the battle for a 4th position.
Yeah, I looked back at that replay real quick with the Lundgren incident. Looked like Joe McDonald and Nick McCarron, all three of those cars. I don't know which one went off track. Someone went off track, lost control, and just wiped. I know Lundgren was in the middle and just got wiped out, and then the other car that was on the outside got wiped out as well. So all three, Robert Lundgren, McDonald, and McCarron, all three are out of the race now.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised to see Carl Janssen and Sindri Setas but in this race. I'm not sure I've seen them on the entry list. I'm a bit confused about that, but I'll probably have to check that afterwards. I'm not sure if Marco has any ideas.
For the fun. Okay. Yep.
Okay,
they just joined. Looking back though, it looks like Dan's starting to pull a gap on John Roberts now. 0.6 of a second gap on him.
Yeah, I was just looking back up at the front as well, and I noticed that Blake has managed to pull away a little bit. So maybe Blake's just decided to put the hammer down. Scott Malcolm and Mick Barry and Craig Jones are going at it for 5th position. Scott Malcolm got a bit sideways into the hairpin.
No, still going too wide. Now they're giving him some room to get through the corner. Still some great battling though between the two teammates.
Yeah, absolutely. Janssen is up. Oh, that's just for Janssen. Janssen's out.
Oh, that's interesting. Or I must. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. He must have had issues and got caught up with someone. As we look back up at towards the two leaders, Dan Blake and John Roberts, and Roberts has managed to close back up on Blake, and also what these two have to watch as Largo is quickly closing on these guys.
Yeah, I looked back at the replay real quick, and Carl must have had something happen because he pulled off the track and towed it immediately.
Okay. I was watching him battle on a couple of cars in front of him before, and he must have got caught up with one of them. Roberts tries to make a move on Dan Blake into turn 1 and tries to do a cutback, but Blake gets a run on the exit of turn 1.
Yeah, they're still fighting as Roberts gonna. Thought for a second he was gonna slide into Dan Blake there for a second. Still managed to catch the car though. It's still great battle.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we watched the battle between Scott Malcolm and Craig Jones, and yeah, not far behind these guys is Carl Hardy as well. So yeah, we could be. These guys are currently battling for fourth position, and yeah, it's good to see Scott Malcolm up there as well. He's had a good evening results wise, and he's managed to pick up some valuable points. And it's yeah, Scott's one of those people that I've always watched before. He's one of those people. He seems to have bad luck at times, and then when he keeps out of trouble, he's right up there. So yeah, I think he could be another one you could watch or you could be seeing right up at the front in this Monday series. So yeah, keep your eyes on him.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll be one that had a great opportunity in the Tuesday series as well, and hopefully he'll have that opportunity again next for when the winter season starts tomorrow.
Yeah,
As
absolutely.
Scott Malcolm and Carl Hardy are still having a great battle right now for 6th.
Yeah, I'm just watching as well, and it's yeah, it's good to see these guys having a good battle as well. I mean, if they're not up at the front, they're always having a battle in the midfield. So yeah, it's good to see battles everywhere in this field, and yeah, I think it's just proof that you don't always need to be a pro driver to be having a battle with someone. Even the arm drivers can have a battle amongst themselves. Is yeah,
Absolutely.
John Roberts is making a move up then, trying to make a move up
Got an
inside of Dan Blake.
opportunity. He's got Blake up on the outside lane. He's got him. Looks like Blake's gonna have the inside. It's still like too wide. Oh, this might could be close. Oof.
Oh.
Hang on to it. Roberts now takes over the lead.
Yeah.
Boy, that could have been disastrous for Roberts if he went just a little bit too wide out there.
Yeah, I was about to say that move. I was watching that move. I was watching that move with Don Roberts, and yeah, he's I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this on the broadcast, but he's got big balls.
Also, too, in the main one. Oh,
contact between
David Ayres.
Yeah, David Ayres and who was that? It was one of the other.
David Ayres made contact. Looking back at the replay, is looking back to see who made contact.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, it was just it's all going on. I was trying to find out who it was, and yeah, it was a couple of result clothing teammates getting caught with each other. So yeah, contact between a few other cars as well. Who's that? That's
that's Benjamin Meese is having issues.
Yeah, Mears and McGlone, I believe that was, and someone else was
in the
involved.
wall.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you can get a replay of that. It's a result clothing car as well.
And Sindre is also in the pits as well. So
it's all kicking off now. As we look back up at the front between our leaders, Dan Blake's managed to get back in the lead. I'm not sure if Roberts made a mistake, but yeah, Emilio Largo has managed to catch up to these guys.
Looking back at the replay now to see what happened. Let's see. The car in front. Carl Hattie went a little wide, hit the grass, lost control, ended up flying back, hitting the 12 of Jordan McClone, and then Sindre had nowhere to go but slam into Carl. It's definitely difficult for everyone to see what's going on. Oh, and then Benjamin Meese also was just a victim of that as well.
Yeah, I'm just watching the replay now, and it looked like it just kicked off with Carl getting sideways in the grass and just tagged McGlone, and yeah, unfortunately, it just caused a concertina effect, and it all kicked off as we're still looking back up at the front of Dan Blake, Dan Blake, John Roberts, and Emilio Largo, and these guys are going at it for the win, and I think I don't know what I would do if I was Emilio. What would you do if you were in Emilio's shoes, Tyler?
Well, I mean, right now, since the lap times are winding down, I would say this probably, when they cross the start-finish line, this will probably end up being a white flag, I believe. I'd probably start trying to push now and try to see if I can make an opportunity and get around John, and then hope Dan makes a mistake, because Dan's been very consistent all race long so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, as you say, I think we're on the last. This could be the last lap. So, you know what happened?
It updated, and just checking now, my timing screen it actually just updated, so they should be able to complete 10 laps, not 9. So this will be 2. This is 2 to go now.
Okay. yeah, so yeah, after what happened in the last race, when we thought it was the last lap, and there was still another lap to go, so yeah, I wasn't sure whether to say it was the last lap or not. So
That's what I was looking at too. It's just the timing, the way the timing is. It was very close. But yeah, this is definitely the second to last lap right now.
yeah, yeah, as I believe, yeah. Excuse me, I was about to cough there. My bad. So yeah, as we look back up at the two leaders, Dan Blake and John Roberts, yeah, Largo, I think, is just sitting back in case these two get caught with each other. And I think the way it's going at the moment, Dan Blake is not making that many mistakes, and he's doing a good job so far. And if he can keep it, clean for one more lap, he could be on for the win in race 3.
Absolutely is. It looks like Carl Jacqueline also in the pits. He must look like he made a mistake coming to the start finish line and crashed out of the event as well.
Is it Roberts trying to make a move into the final corner on Dan Blake? Is he going to try and go round the outside?
Oh, yep.
Last lap. It is the last lap. Is a
Oh, there we go. Coming to the line.
Dan Blake takes a win.
Yep.
Wow. That was a close finish.
Well, they're still going. Or no, they slow it down. Okay, my timing does not like me then. Okay, my apologies.
As we're just waiting for the rest of the field to come across the line and take a
nice little battle here for 6. Jordan McClone and Carl Hardy. It looks like McClone's gonna Carl Hardy takes. Nope, there we go. Jordan McClone takes 5th from what it looks like now.
Yeah, that was a good finish. Hardy takes 7th. David Ayres finishes in 8th. And I think that's...
Emilio... Something happened with Emilio. He's way down in 8th.
That was weird.
I just noticed that too.
It says on my time and he finished in 3rd.
That's odd.
Weird. But yeah, that was a interesting but fun race to round out the evening. And Dan Blake.
Absolutely.
Dan Blake takes the final race of the evening. Takes a win in race 3, and we'll run through the results as soon as they pop up on screen. Dan Blake takes out the win in race 3. John Roberts finishes in 2nd. Emilio Largo finishes in 3rd. 4th place is Craig Jones. 5th place is Scott Malcolm. Another good race for Scott. Jordan McGlone finishes in 6th. Carl Hardy finishes in 7th. David Ayres finishes in 8th. Carl Jacqueline finishes in 9th. And rounding out the top 10 is Benjamin Mias. And what did you think of your first evening as a commentator for Apex, Tyler?
Oh, that was fun. I can't wait for later on today, as I'm going to be helping out for Rickmatech as well. So you guys will get to listen to me again in a few hours' time, actually, for that series. Yeah, it was definitely fun though, especially getting to watch these guys race. Definitely chaotic, especially for the last race with it being dark, very dark. So it's kind of difficult to figure out who was who, but we made it work.
Yeah, it was. I have to say, I enjoyed commentating, but on the BSR, the BSR MX5 Monday Cup, and I'm looking forward to commentating on the rest of the season. And it should be. I think we should be in for more epic racing as the season goes on. As John Roberts says in the chat, "Low nearly." But yeah, that was a good move by John, trying to go around the outside. He came so close to having that the race win, but yeah, fair play to Dan Blake. He held on and took the win in race 3. I think just looking to see if we've got anyone in the interview channel for an interview, and I think Dan Blake is in the channel.
Yep. All right, go ahead, Ryan.
Okay, if you want to take it, Tyler, go for it.
All right, well, after running a really great performance for all 3 races, Dan Blake, our race 3 winner, as well as I believe race 1 winner as well. Overall, how well was the car handling for you, especially with all the recent updates?
Thanks, Tyler. Yeah, I haven't really driven the car in BSR competition for a long time, and thought I'd give it a go and see how it went. And the level of competition here is really close. John Roberts, you've got Benjamin Mias, the result claving guys as well. It was really tight at the front, especially in the first two races. I think the dark in the third race maybe took a few of the guys out who would have been out there, but it was really good. And I think the car, it feels pretty good. I seem to be able to, I've got to grips with it quite well, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the series. There's going to be some close racing ahead.
Absolutely, yeah. And, especially with race 3, how you're fighting with John Roberts, and with Roberts coming in on the last lap trying to get around on the outside, you're definitely handling yourself well, especially in the dark. I mean, just being a driver myself, that still has to be in your mindset of trying to be able to make an overtake, or even let alone defending, while trying to keep an eye on your surroundings as well as while racing the track.
Oh, exactly. In the dark, it makes things 10 times harder, and I've really tried actually to improve on my defending, because I think it's somewhere where maybe in the past I've not been so good at. So I think in the first race of the Millia as well, I was trying to defend really hard there, and I've had to put in 2 defensive drives tonight, and it's been a really, really good night. And also the second race, I had a little bit of an incident and managed to pull through, and that was some good battling as well. I think I finished third in the end in that one. So yeah, it's been a really good night, and yeah, it's been good.
Absolutely. Well, especially with getting 2 wins on the night, winning race 1 and race 3, and then coming around with that race, with the coming back and finishing third. That was great showing for you, Dan. And then, do you got anyone you got to thank for you?
I'd like to thank my team at Fury Sim Sport. They give me a lot of support, and Justin Davis for the paint as well. He's done a great job with that. And also thanks to you guys for broadcasting, and to Kip Stevens for the invite as well. So thank you, everybody, and hopefully I'll see you all next week again.
Absolutely, definitely, Dan. Definitely great racing again for you for the 2 wins, as well as the third for a podium in race 2. We'll definitely send you back over to the rest of the guys so you can celebrate.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Yeah, so I can't see anyone else in the interview channel. So yeah, overall, what did you make of this evening, Tyler? And what did you think from your point of view?
Honestly, that was some great racing. I was impressed with how everything was running. Especially seeing how these guys were able to handle themselves, and some very close racing. Roberts impressed me as always. As well, Scott Malcolm, he had some really unfortunate breaks there in 2 of the races, but being able to come back and finish 4th was great. Dan Blake, first time coming back to BSR racing in a while, so I was impressed with him running. He was just being able to keep consistent 1, 2 of the 3 races. He's definitely going to have a fight on his hands, as well as with some of the other top drivers in the AM class.
Yeah, absolutely. I was mighty impressed by Danny. Considering he said, I think he said it was his first time back in BSR or something like that. Yeah, I was impressed by his pace, and yeah, he managed to take it to the quick guys in the arm basically the arm class, I should say. But I think he should be one to watch as the season goes on, and yeah, there's a few other people we should be able to watch out for. But I'm looking in the interview channel and I can't see anyone else, so I think it should be we'll probably wrap that up. Just a note as well. We've got another broadcast tonight on Apex Racing TV, as Tyler mentioned. We've got the Ripmatech Sports Car Series at I'm not sure what track is it. Virginia International Raceway, Tyler?
I believe so. I will have to double check.
Awesome.
But I believe it is at Virginia International Speedway.
Awesome.
Virginia International Raceway, I should say.
Nice. Also, I think I'm not sure what other series we've got this week. I know we've got Ripmatech, as I mentioned, later this evening. I also believe that Alex Simpson will be commentating with you on that. I think, Tyler. And also, I'm not sure if Adam Bath is around or not.
Yeah, I believe it's myself, Adam Simpson, and I'm having a brain fart now. Andrew.
Oh, nice.
Not Andrew. Yeah, Adam. I think when the first person you said after Alex.
Oh yeah, Adam Bath. Yeah,
Yes.
so yeah, if I'm still awake, I might tune into that. But yeah, as always, thanks to anyone that's been watching. If you like what you see, give the broadcast a like. Give us a like on give the Apex Racing TV Facebook a page. I'll say it again. Give the Apex Racing TV Facebook page a like, and also subscribe to us on YouTube. Yeah. Thanks to everyone that's been watching, and tune in again to what. Oh, I just forgot. We've got the BSR Tuesday League tomorrow as well. My bad. So, yeah, tune in for that as well. And thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.